feeling kind of lazy this week. This is the exact shirt that I wore to watch Birds of Prey just now, this morning. So I didn't even bother to change my shirt. That is how lazy I am. By the way, Birds of Prey is okay. So if you are thinking about watching Birds of Prey, please go watch it. I think it's a quite okay DC movie. So I decided that for this week, I'm going to talk about my 50 favorite films because it's easy. I just have to make 3 videos. The first video being part 1, the second video being part 2, and oh my god, I just pointed my middle finger to the screen, I'm really sorry. The third video being the honorable mentions. And besides, I don't have to watch any new movies. So it's easier for me, and I'm really just a very lazy person who likes to hide in his own room making very weird videos. So let's just begin. By the way, I have written it down just in case I forget. I always forget stuff. Sometimes I forget my own name, especially when it's really late at night, and yeah, that's why I'm a failure in life. I just forget everything. At number 50, Jason and the Argonauts. This is a fantasy film, and I think it's the best fantasy film ever. So if you're a fan of fantasy movies, you should definitely check this movie out, and it has a lot of very unique special effects. Number 49, Harlan and Kumar goes to the White Castle. This movie has a very simple plot. It's actually not even a plot, it's just a plot device for a lot of ridiculous stuff to happen. This movie has a very ridiculous sense of humor, and I love it. Number 48, this is a very romantic and funny film with a very unique British flavor that you only get in British films. Also, this film stars Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell, which are 2 actors that I really like. Number 47, Pretty Woman, starring the one and only luminous actress Julia Roberts. She is the brightest spot of this film, but it's also because of her chemistry with Richard Gere and also the atmosphere of the early 90s that makes this film so good. Also, the soundtrack is killer. Number 46, The Goonies, directed by Richard Donner and produced by Steven Spielberg. This movie has a sense of wonder, and it also has a feeling of being a child. It takes you back to your childhood in a way, so that's what I like this movie. Number 45, Shrek. This film is a little bit odd to be in my 50 favorites list. That's what people think, but honestly, I think that Shrek deserves to be on this list because I think Shrek is a very special animated movie. There are a lot of things that I like about Shrek, but the primary thing is how it ties all these different fairy tales together. And also I like the message. I think it's a very good message to tell kids that you shouldn't judge a person by his or her looks. Number 44, The Great Escape, starring Steve McQueen and Charles Bronson. This is a very star-studded movie filled with big stars, and it's also a very thrilling experience. You really don't know who is going to escape the prisoner camp and who is going to be stuck there forever. So this movie is basically about an escape, and it's a very thrilling movie. Number 43, Boogie Nights. This is a movie about the porn industry in the 70s, and it stars Mark Wahlberg in a truly career-defining role. This movie is directed by Paul W.S. Anderson in his very usual, stylish way. And this movie really shows a lot of insight into the adult video industry in the 70s, which is something that I'm really not familiar with, obviously. Number 42, Chinatown. Chinatown was directed by Roman Polanski, who also directed Rosemary's Baby, another movie that got really close to being in my 50 favorites. The screenplay by Robert Towne is just brilliant because the story takes so many twists and turns, but it never actually gets confusing. You can always follow the story, although it turns a lot. And Jack Nicholson is really good as a hardboiled detective. Number 41, Some Like It Hot, directed by Billy Wilder. This is a very entertaining movie, although it is in black and white. It is much more entertaining than a lot of colored movies that I have seen. Number 40, Deep End. This film is about the mysteriousness of female what am I even saying right now? I can't even speak English properly right now when I'm talking about Deep End. So basically Deep End is about this boy's confusion towards the female gender because he feels that girls are very mysterious creatures. Sometimes I do agree with him. Number 29, One-Armed Swordsman. This is a wuxia film. Wuxia is a very special genre. It was really popular in Hong Kong back in the 70s and the 60s, and it was produced usually by the Shaw brothers. And I think that among all wuxia films, One-Armed Swordsman is the best, so you should check this movie out and check this genre out. 38, They Live, the science fiction film by John Carpenter. This film is basically a B movie, but made with a higher budget than usual B movies of that time. And it's as good as an alien invasion movie can be. Also, I like the science fiction genre. I like science fiction films. But then I like every genre, so I have no idea why I said that to you. Sorry I wasted 5 seconds of your very precious life. 37, Cabin in the Woods, the movie that deconstructs the horror genre. This movie grabs horror genre by the belt and takes off its pants and shows you everything about this genre, why people love it, why people hate it. And I think that it's really smart. It's very clever at this deconstructing the genre, so you should check it out too. Number 36, Kingsman. The first Kingsman, not the second one. The second one is just this weird film that I am embarrassed that I watched it with my dad. The first Kingsman film, however, succeeds as both being a tribute and being an individual movie. Also, it's very entertaining and it's the best spy movie I have ever seen. Sorry to all 25 James Bond movies. I have seen all of your films, James Bond, but I think Kingsman is better. Just my opinion. Please don't shoot me or anything. 35, The Blues Brothers. I actually reviewed this movie on this channel before, so you can check my review. I'm going to leave the link in the description. This movie is basically a musical and has a lot of really cool blues songs. So if you are trying to get into the blues music genre, or if you just like musicals, you should watch Blues Brothers. Number 34, Vertigo. Vertigo is the best film by one of the masters of cinema, Alfred Hitchcock. You can learn a lot while watching this film, so I think that it's essential for anyone who aspires to be a filmmaker or work in an occupation that's related to film. Number 33, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This film is over the top intentionally, and it stars Keanu Reeves and also Alex Winter, and it's, oh my god, I just love this film because it's excellent, and everybody in this film is just as over the top as I am right now. Okay, I'm gonna stop it. 32, Pieces of Fury, starring Bruce Lee, and this film is pretty much a spotlight for how quick Bruce Lee is, but it also shows how good of an actor Bruce Lee is. He's remembered as a martial artist, but he's also an actor, and he's also good at acting. Number 31, Once. Once is a musical about two buskers falling in love, and it's a really simple love story. I like how it's not complicated, and I like the bittersweet tone. Number 30, Dead Alive. Possibly the goriest movie ever made, and I love blood and gore, and people who know me know that I love blood and gore. I may be a little bit messed up in the brain, that's why I just love blood and gore, but I guess I turned out okay, right? I'm not in jail right now, so I guess I turned out okay. Dead Alive is a very gory movie, and I definitely will not show everyone this movie because of how gory it is. But if you like this kind of movie, please watch Dead Alive. The makeup effects are amazing. Number 29, an Italian film called Cinema Paradiso. And I watch foreign films sometimes. I do enjoy foreign films a lot, especially The Untouchables, which is another really good foreign film. But I'm talking about Cinema Paradiso right now. This is a film made by people who love movies, for people who love movies. So I'm assuming that you love movies, that's why you're watching this video. So you should watch Cinema Paradiso. Number 28, Up. Up is the Pixar film. Obviously, that Pixar film, you all know what that Pixar film is. You all know Up, so I don't have to talk about Up, right? It's the movie about a house hanging on balloons. I like that movie because of the sense of adventure. Number 26. Oh wait, number 27. Sorry, I'm just terribly bad at mathematics. Number 27 is going to be Black Swan, the Darren Aronofsky movie. And this movie basically plays with your mind. And it's a very artsy movie. So this movie also leaves a lot for you to think for yourself. It doesn't show everything to you. You really have to use your brain while you're watching this movie. And that's why I like this movie. You have to engage with your intelligence while watching this movie. You can't just turn your brain off. Okay, right here at 26, and I'm going to talk about the rest of the films in part 2. So remember to watch that. And try to guess what my number 1 is, okay?